Hey, hello and welcome to Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at the 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Hour. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Jackie Janik, and I'm a women's empowerment coach, helping women uncover their purpose and define their own path in the world. And you are watching Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at the 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Hour. Real women, real conversations, elevating womankind one talk at a time. And this week, we have a repeat offender for our co-host. Her name is Michelle Flagiello, and she's just joining the Millennial in Motion. She was on our season 1, episode 6 when we were just little babies, and she did an exceptional job. She has traveled the world. Well, have you, Michelle? You have. And we want to get the skinny on where she is today and what she's doing. Michelle is a lover of travel, adventure, and trying new things. And we're going to hear about those new things coming up. Let's get Michelle on. Yeah, I'm so excited to see her. Like on our same time zone. We would DM each other in different time zones. I was like, what time is it for you? Hello.
Hi. How are
Hey, how
you?
are you? Good. It's so nice to see you.
Me too. I love your
Like,
hair.
oh, thank you. My cousin just cut it for me. We're like in the same time zone, and I was just saying, like, random times I'm up at all hours, and it seems like you're up at all hours, and we DM'd, and I'm like, why's
Yeah.
she up?
Well, that's what we had talked about me coming on another episode, and I was like, I'm usually sleeping. I like to watch your episode the next day, but I'm usually sleeping when you go live. So we're in the same time zone. I'm in Maine right now, so one of my
Oh,
favorite.
how is that? Yeah, how are you? Are you jet lagged or anything? Cold.
Um, I am. I'm also still teaching on Myanmar time zone, so I'm.
Oh.
So I teach from 10:40 p.m. until I usually sign off about 2:30, but my kids are online until 4:40 a.m. So
Oh my
long.
God. That's crazy. So when do you sleep? I guess from 4 to whenever?
Yeah, I like last night I fell asleep around 3:30, and then I woke up at 10. So I got a good 7 hours.
Yeah, that's so great. Oh my God, well, I wanted you to like fill us in. I know you're going to talk about the pod, but I was just listening to it and I love the bird episode.
Yeah, just
Like,
really random information.
so can we just start there? Because I think it's like just the awesome thing. It's like, can you talk about it? Like, why did you start a podcast and what is it called?
Yeah, so okay, it kind of started as a joke. Like I was traveling around, so because of the political situation in Myanmar, me and a few friends left Myanmar and went to Thailand, so we could be teaching in the same time zone. So I didn't have to do this night shift for like 3 months. So we went to Thailand, and they're just really curious people. Like, so we just get into these conversations, and like we were driving around on the motorbikes, and one day it would be like all of a sudden this cold wind would come in and we were like, it's really warm weather, like what is this cold air, what does it mean? So I just started researching like some of the things that we were talking about, and then I would send them voice notes just basically explaining what I learned. So then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to host it on a platform, and then I started sharing it with other people. So I've been having a lot of fun with it though, because I've learned a lot of new random things, and then people ask questions and I'm able to share and connect with people, and so it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
And it's called
The Knowledgist.
The Knowledgist. And I like how you start your local knowledgist.
Well, originally it started, we were talking a lot about weather related things. So we were saying, oh, I'm a weatherist. Like I was just making up a
Oh,
word. And, your local weatherist. And then I just kept the local part and just changed it to the knowledgeist, because I realized there's more than just weather that I'm interested in learning about. So.
yeah, I like that people like you take questions because I feel like I need to submit one because it just goes on it's in your DNA for learning and growth and exploring. And just the question, I just found it really like interesting about the birds. Like, why don't birds ever fly into each other? Like, that's a really good question. And you're like, they just all veer right. Like, why can't we all just veer right?
Yeah, like what a random thing. But yeah. But yeah, that kind of goes into, so that course that I was talking about, I realized
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago, I said, this is why I enjoy it so much, because I'll talk a little bit about the course, but in this course, they have you do, it's called The Science of Well-Being, and it's a Yale course. It's hosted on Coursera. But me and my stepmom had taken this course last year, and one of the things was like, find your strengths. So when I had, like, what I had discovered, like, one of my strengths was like love of learning. So part of the program was to intentionally incorporate things that like you like intentionally learn something new every day. And by learning and retaining the information, you should learn it and then explain it to someone, and then it really sticks in your mind. So I realized a few weeks ago, I was like, I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because I'm using one of my strengths. Like, I'm learning, and I'm also able to connect with people. And so, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And that's what made me think about the course again, like reliving that course. It was an interesting course.
Can you tell us more about the course? Like, again, your like hunger for learning. So you take up courses, and tell us a bit like, when did you do this? Why did it come up, and what did you get out of it?
Yeah, I had come up, so last year during COVID, I had flown back from Myanmar to spend some time in Maine with my family. And I came up here about April, and my stepmom was like, oh, I found this course. Like, do you want to take it with me? So I was like, sure. It was like 10 weeks. And each week you focused on like a different, they call them rewirements. And what the rewirements mean is you're basically trying to rewire your habits. Like, so you're creating new habits that are ultimately supposed to make you happy. So one of the weeks you focused on your strengths. You took all these tests to determine what are your strengths, like creativity, honesty, kindness, like love of learning, curiosity. And then you do things intentionally to like bring out your strengths. Because we naturally, like I naturally have a love of learning. So I do it without even trying. But if you intentionally do it, it's supposed to make you happier. Some of the other things were savoring, just like being in the moment, gratitude, meditation, just getting enough sleep, exercise. So each week you focused on like a different topic, and then they talked about all of these things that like researchers have found that bring us happiness. And one of the most interesting parts, which kind of aligns with my how I live my life, is that experiences generally bring us more happiness than material items. And well, just to go off of one on that, like the material items, they become, you basically adapt to them. They're just around all the time, where the experiences, they would come and go. So we look forward to the experiences. The whole thing about like planning a trip, we look forward to it. It brings us happiness even to like anticipate the trip and then go on the trip. And then when you come home, you share about your trip, you connect with others, and all of that is supposed to, I guess, make us happier than just buying a new computer, and then it's just
Then it's there, and then you're like, okay, or I have a new handbag, great, I have another, no, I totally agree. And sometimes the experiences I enjoy aren't even that elaborate of the moment. Like, this is an experience that I love doing, and it's like not costly, or just experiences of just being around people, taking walk. Now, as I've gotten older, I really enjoy, like when you were young, or you're still young, making fun of old people who like it to be quiet. You're always like, why do old people always want everything quiet or not loud? I'm getting to that space.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm getting to that space where I like the experience of quiet. And now
yeah,
I know why older people have said that, is because there's so much noise constantly. No, and more than, like, I'm sure when my grandmother was a child, there was no such, I mean, she didn't even have dishwashers or washing machines or like, she had none of these things. So I was like, how is there all that noise? But now I just like crave learning like you. I love to learn, and like just curious of like other people, and like, why do they do things? I'm curious of human habits. Like, why
oh,
do
I
people
love
do
that.
what they do? Like, what are they thinking, And yeah, these kind of experiences. So that sounds like such a fun course. Oh no, you're spinning. Oh, there we go. Are you
Are you
back?
there? I can see you now. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no, you were spinning a little, or I was spinning. I don't know who is Wi-Fi. Oh, there's my friend Allie who joined, and she's like one of my experiences. Like she's gonna comment. Hanging out with her or just our phone calls. We talk when I'm on my ride home from work, and I enjoy that time with her because it's like that's an experience. I know I'm gonna laugh. I know I'm going to, yeah, probably just mostly laugh the whole entire time.
Oh
Oh,
no, sorry, it cut out again.
there you go. Thanks for the Wave Valley. Yeah. So, okay, so now you're teaching, and what is, you said that looks like at night and over. How are the students doing there? How is the virtual learning for your students?
Yeah, it's crazy because these students have been online since March 2020. So it's been over a year. It's kind of weird because we get well adjusted to the online, the virtual learning. We were actually supposed to go back into the classroom on February 1st. We were doing like staggered, and my class was scheduled for day one. And then that morning there was a military coup, and it was, it was an unsafe situation. So, well, we weren't really sure what to expect at the time. And so we've not been able to go into the classroom, which is why I made the decision to leave. We aren't going back in for the rest of the year. But yeah, I only have one more week, so we're basically finishing up stuff. But the kids are, they miss the classroom, they miss each other. But we were talking yesterday, they found out I was leaving the school and they were really sad. And, they were
Aw.
like, we had really created like a connection, and we were still able to have a great experience, have a great year together. And, even through the computer, which is just something that we never really expected.
No, and like, yes, you can stay in touch with all, but it's just like being in person and having the energy of the kids. Or I'm sure they hugged you and things like that, and they like to be with you. I mean, you do that for others. So, um, oh, so they're gonna miss you. And the last episode you were on last year, they watched. They watched Beyond Small Talk. Oh, we're losing you a little bit, but is it your Wi-Fi or mine? Because,
I think it might be mine. Let me see if I'm going to switch to my
oh, so they're
computer.
gonna miss you. And the last episode you were on
Oh,
last year, they watched. So she's gonna come back, but I didn't know she was gonna get off. Anyway, so we're gonna talk more with Michelle about her travels, and I hope she knows I don't think you can do IG Live from your computer, but I'm sure she'll find out shortly. Anyway, check out her podcast. It's called The Knowledgist, and it has these like 3 to 4 minute clips of very interesting things. One I just listened to, I was talking about birds. Like, why don't birds fly into each other? I mean, good question. The other one is talking about our teeth bones. I had no idea. I think that, oh, here she is. I think it's also these questions make me feel like, how do I not know the answers? Like, how do I live 45 years and never even know these things? Which,
hi.
oh, you're back. Okay, good. I was
I
like, oh
did
my God.
discover you cannot do it from your computer. I heard you say
I,
that. Yeah. It seems to be better now. So the Wi-Fi here in Maine could sometimes be in and out. So it
oh
seems
yeah,
to be
no
a lot better
worries.
now. So that's good.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh my God, you still heard me talking, and I was like, and I was talking about your pod again. I don't know why, I'm just so intrigued by it. And I'm like, the little lessons I learned in 3 to 4 minutes. I'm like, someone could just like literally listen and learn something new every day, like you said, and then repeat it to somebody else and retain that information. So cute. Oh no, we're losing her again. Anyway, so the next question, if you have a question for Michelle, add it to the comments. If you want the Knowledgist to research more about what you need, I'm promoting you, Michelle. And like, if anybody wants to hear from the Knowledgist, type in a question. She'll do the research and then get back to you on that. So that would be great.
Yeah.
So what's next? So I always say the country wrong. Myanmar. No.
Myanmar. Yeah, Myanmar. Yeah, I was really sad to leave. It was, I left under terrible circumstances. I was not ready. I had signed on to be there for a fourth year, but in the moment, I just felt like it was time. Some other opportunities came up, so I'm in my transition stage. I'm home for the summer, and then onto a brand new experience and a brand new continent. I'm going to Colombia.
Oh, yes. Okay, awesome. Do you know Spanish?
I'm currently taking some Spanish lessons online, but I know very, very basic. So I'm hoping to be able to take some lessons online and then pick it up hopefully a bit when I get there, maybe do some language courses. Everywhere I go, I like to learn at least a little bit of the language, but I want to be committed to becoming good at speaking Spanish. In the other countries, it's been a bit harder. The languages are not as similar. Like Spanish is a little bit similar to English, so it might be easier. In Myanmar and Vietnam and Korea, the alphabet's different, and in Myanmar, it's very tonal, so it's hard to you think you're pronouncing something correct, and people have no idea what you're saying. So it could be frustrating, but Spanish hopefully will be a bit easier. Yeah.
And why did you choose Colombia? What was it about Colombia?
Well, I definitely wanted to be either in South or Central America, and I had found this school a couple of years ago, and I was really drawn to the school and how they approach things. They are really focused on teaching different character traits and building the student social emotional learning knowledge, and so I was happy when I wound up getting an opportunity there because I had been looking at that school for a while now. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting. And I guess it's just easier commute if you ever have to come home to see your family. It's way easier than coming from halfway across the world.
Yeah. The school books the flight for me, so they booked my flight, and it's a 5-hour flight from New York, and I was like, this doesn't even feel like I'm going abroad anymore. I'm so close to home. I could just come home for the weekend if I needed to.
That's it? Colombia's 5 hours? I had no idea.
I'll be in Cartagena, which is in the very northern part of South America. So, and yeah, it was just 5 hours away. It's like, wow.
Oh my God. And how do you start to are you going to do the same as you've done in the past? How do you acclimate to the new community that you're in?
Yeah, so in the last couple of months, I've been in a weird stage where I'm like, did I make the wrong decision? Should I stay in Myanmar? You get so comfortable, and it's really hard to just pick up, and I'm leaving all my friends, my school. I've been really comfortable there, and it's terrifying. I have no friends there. I don't know how to get around. I don't know how to speak the language. So it's definitely scary. And I just, when I get there, I hope that I'm in a supportive environment. I'm able to meet people. And then my go-to is always, I think I talked about it on the last episode, but I love playing sports. So my go-to is to find a soccer game and just get involved and meet people. And so hopefully, Colombia is the soccer capital, I think, of South America. They say a lot of famous football players come from Colombia, and Cartagena specifically. That's what the school had told me. So hopefully,
I think I know that name. Yeah, my nephew Desi is entrenched in that world, so I feel like I know. Yeah, I feel like you can find soccer down there.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully, not all the pros. Hopefully, there's some people that play like me.
But that's a smart way to start finding community and building your network in a totally new country when you're going there. Again, by yourself. You said you get comfortable. Even in a new country, you've been comfortable there. And now to start, it feels does it feel like you're starting over again, or maybe not really because you have a lot more skills and experience and knowledge?
I mean, definitely, because I'm going into a new job, a new continent, a new country, new everything. Nothing will be familiar at all, and yeah, it'll definitely pull me out of my comfort zone and force me to do things that make me uncomfortable. But that's what I guess comes with living this kind of lifestyle. Like, I will always have to face these challenges unless I stay at the same place. But yeah. So, part of me wanted someone at my current school to say, just stay, like, because I wanted it out. I was nervous. I committed, but I really was, second guessing if it was the right choice. But I've been getting more and more excited, especially as it comes closer. So my flight is booked, so
Yeah, and
no
I'm
backing
sure.
out now.
Oh, no backing out. And I'm sure, what's going on in the country is difficult to watch and, probably played a role in helping you make a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's
that's.
probably no way for me to even get back to Myanmar at this rate because of what's happening. But, I really valued my time there, and it will always, be a part of who I am. It was a really great experience. It was my first international school too. So as starting my career as a teacher, this was, it will like stay with me forever. I'll always remember like the school and my experience and my kids. Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, you remember your teachers. You always remember certain teachers, right? I do too, and I'm sure that's how they feel about you. But starting this new thing is exciting. So, living conditions. So, when you first started moving, that's all I asked you. Well, where's like the bathroom? Like, we were just so amazed from your Xylaware family of like how you pack so light. Like how you and like just moving into not always the most, well, per me, didn't seem like super comfies of,
Yeah.
America. But hey,
So
it's more than just like the shower over the toilet.
yeah, I think I'm not sure how it is in Colombia, but I spoke with a new teacher that I'll be working with this week, and she said, when you get set up with your apartment, like make sure the apartment has like a water heater. So I was like, okay, that's a thing. Like if I don't ask for a water heater, I might not get one. So just things like that you don't really think about in the US. It will, it'll be different wherever you are, but yeah, so they've been sending me apartments to look at, and it's amazing because it's like a beach town. So I'll be maybe having a balcony that
Oh,
looks out to the
nice.
ocean. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, do you want to tell us anything else? Like, what else have you been learning? And if anything come up in like this self-reflection being home?
Yeah, it's always different coming home. I want to see everyone and make sure I have enough, I say, hey, I'm coming home for 2 months. It feels like a really long time, but by the time my mom's in Florida, my brother's currently in Utah. I'm planning trips to those two places. I'm up in Maine. That's like one whole month. And I never feel like I have enough time to see everyone. Especially last year, I didn't get to see people. So it's hard coming home. It's different. The other day I went to the grocery store just to pick up, just a snack, and I just got lost because it was so big compared to what I'm used to. So it was, yeah, I enjoy grocery shopping now.
That's so interesting, just things that you started getting accustomed to. Like how you said, I guess in different countries, it's not as massive as we are here, right? Like, do they have Costco's there and buying in bulk and all these kind of things? It's just different, right?
Yeah,
Just a
well,
different lifestyle.
yeah, well, that's what when I go to Colombia, I don't know like what they will and won't have. Over the last few years, though, even in Myanmar, things have changed. One of the things I love when I come home is craft beer, but they recently had a bunch of craft beer places open in Yangon, Myanmar. So, when I got home, I was like, oh, I don't feel like I'm missing that so much. I've had it. So things are changing constantly everywhere, but it's still like it will be new and different. And yeah, I'm excited for the opportunity, and yeah, hopefully all goes
Yeah.
as planned.
Well, there's tons of craft beer in Long Island City, so I need to send you some. It's all over the place. Yes, I've been taking a liking to craft as well. Been getting more liking that than my Stella. So yeah,
I think
craft
when we
beer.
worked together, I didn't even like beer. I wasn't drinking, like, it was like a new thing for me that I started liking it a few years ago. I love it now.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, me too. A little too much, and then puts on the weight. But whatever. It just tastes good, right? It's the experience. It's the experience
The
of a
experience.
craft beer. And like, have you ever talked to like a beer master? You ever talk to
No.
one of them? Okay, so like there's so many breweries in Long Island City and we get to talking to people and whatever and like the beer masters there, it's such a craft and on how you I don't even know the proper terminology, but with all the big like I don't know any of the terminology yet. I was just in awe by this man's passion around crafting this beer, and all I could see is like him turning it. Like this is in my head going on as what he does in the middle of the night, and I make up this whole story. But again, going on when you find people that are so passionate and like really into what they're doing, that lights me up. That just makes me like wanting to ask 30,000 questions on like why this, why beer master.
And you just want to hear them talking more about, something they love so much. It's really, yeah, that's cool. Oh, I have to go find a craft, what did you call it? Craftsman? Craft beerman?
It's a beer master. That's my question for the
Beerman.
Knowledgist. Like a beer master, what do they really do? Like what is, I just heard it was a beer master and I was like, oh, and there's different tiers of beer masters and like if you're in the top tier brewery or you're just in like the, no offense, Budweiser, but like the Budweiser tier brewery, it's this whole world apparently. And I'm starting to learn a little bit more. It's just again, I'm interested because people get so involved with it, and then when they drink it, it's like wine. I guess wine connoisseurs or wine people. I don't know what their names are. You know, like when wine tasting and all that. These
Yeah.
people are really into like the whole taste and the experience of the beer, not like chugging it like my nephews do in college, right? They are doing something different. These people are really like I don't know, the experience, and that's what
They're
I like we
savoring
were
it.
talking
That was
about.
part of the course there, really savoring the moment that they're tasting the beer and the experience of them doing it. So that was one of the whole, that was 1 week was the focus of savoring. So just taking a hot shower and savoring the water or eating a sandwich, drinking a beer. So just like being present and fully in that moment, smelling the beer, observing the beer, and just it becomes like an experience, and that's what makes us happy.
Yeah. That's a perfect ending. And thank you for adding about savoring because I truly enjoy showers. I like the whole process. And half the time, you know, my husband, he's always like, what are you doing there for 20 minutes? And it's not that you even do anything. It's like, I'm savoring. Thank you. Now I have an answer.
Yeah,
When I'm
there you
asked,
go.
what are you doing? I'm savoring the moment because it just feels good and I like the experience.
Yeah. And that's
Thank you
great.
for
Like if we
that.
develop these habits that, yeah, make us happier, then that's what we ultimately all want, right? Be happy.
We need a lot more happier people around, right?
Yeah, always.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So you're departing in a few months.
Yeah, I was just booking some flights today to visit my brother in Utah and my mom in Florida. So I'll be in and out. But yeah, I leave the end of July. So I'll take it all in the US until then. I'm not
Great.
enjoying
Well,
this cold weather in Maine, though. No.
sorry. Yeah, it's like weird weather, but thank you for showing up for us today and sharing about happiness and savoring and being present and just I really enjoy being on your adventure with you, even though you don't know I'm on your adventure with you, but I'm telling you, and everybody else out there, follow the Millennial in Motion, and your writing's beautiful, and how you share your experiences, I truly, truly enjoy, and you do make changes in people's lives. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for watching Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at 4 o'clock. Check out Michelle again, the Millennial in Motion, and the Knowledgist. It's on Spotify. Check it out. And ask her a question, because I already just put in my question. Beer master.
Yep.
Want to know
Beer
more
master.
about
I wrote it down.
that? Thank you. Watch Beyond Small Talk every Thursday at 4 o'clock and catch us on your favorite pod. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.